Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. My name is Naveen, and today I'll be taking you through the Speed Maths Part 2 for CAT 2023. So in the last class, in the last session, we saw how to multiply a number by 2, how to divide a number by 2, and those calculations helped us to respectively quickly divide a number by 5 or 25 and multiply a number by 5 or 25. We also saw two types of calculations more, which were like when the sum of the units places is 10, then how do you multiply the values quick? And also when the multiplier and multiplicand, when the two numbers are close to 100, so how do we deal with those? Today we are going to look at how to calculate squares, square roots, cubes and cube roots. So when it comes to squaring of numbers, you should be kind of quick with the mandatory part being you should know what is 1 square, what is 2 square, what is 3 square, and so on up to 25 square. So the first 25 numbers square you should be quick with, because if you remember what is the squares of numbers from 1 to 25, you can calculate squares of any number. Okay. Normally you will have to deal with squares of numbers which is at most a 3-digit number. That's also going to be somewhere around 200s, 250s. Okay. So we will look into all those types. So how do we deal with 52 square? So the answer to 52 square will be in two parts, and it's not just true for 52, it's true for any number square. So the first two parts, the first part is the last two digits, and the remaining part is the remaining digits on the left hand side. So last two digits कैसे निकालते हैं? So what you do is you need to check base. Okay. So base is going to be any number which is in the table of 50, which is a multiple of 50. Okay. You can't take base as 10, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, not these numbers. You should take base as 50, 100, 150, 200. So 50 के टेबल पे जो नंबर्स आते हैं उन्हीं को बेस लेते हैं. Fine. So whenever you have to square a number, you will think of a base which is closest to it, so that calculation becomes easy. Actually, you can take any base, but it's easier if you take a base which is in the table of 50. For 52 square, I will choose the base as 50. ठीक है? ये पहला step है. Once that is done, then you see कि the given number is how far from 50. Not 52 square, but 52. The base 52 is how far from the base that we have chosen. So can we say this is 2 ahead? 2 आगे 52, 50 से. So you will be doing that gap का square. ठीक है? So 2 का square is 4. But I have to write 4 as last two digits. So I will have to end up writing that as 04. So हमारे आंसर के last two digits पता चल गया. ठीक है? What about the remaining digits? So the remaining digits is calculated as, पहला step, base जो लिया है उसमें से वो last वाला एक digit हटा दो. So from 50, if you remove the units place, you will be left with 5 का square plus add this distance, which is 2. Into 50 is in the table of 50, right? 50 into what is 50? So 50 into 1 is 50, so that 1 goes here. So it becomes 25 plus 2, that will result in 27. So 2704. Let's try the next one. 62 square. The base being 50 again, 50 के ज़्यादा नज़दीक है, 100 से काफी ज़्यादा दूर है, right? Now, how far is it from 50? It's 12 far. So I will have the final answer as the last two digits and then the remaining digits. So पहला हो गया कि ये 12 का square कितना होता है. Now 12 square is 144. Now 12 is a 2-digit number. Its answer 144 is a 3-digit number. So आप इस 3-digit number के last के 2 digits लोगे. So you will take only 44 of that 144. And you will take that 1 as a carry for the next calculation. So if there is a carry, वो next में add होगा. Carry हमेशा add होता है. Next will be 50 divided by 10 और last 0 हटा दो. 5 का square plus this distance which is 12 into 1. 50 into 1 is 50. और ये 1 बाद में add करेंगे. Remember this plus 1 is not so far done. So 25 5 square is 25. 25 plus 12 is 37. 37 plus 1 is 38. So 3844 is what we will be getting here. 25 plus 12 plus 1. 25 plus 13. 38. 48 का square देखते हैं. So from the base that we will choose 50, इससे ये 2 less है. So minus 2. So my final answer will be made up of 2 parts. Last 2 digits, which will be same as minus 2 का whole square, which will result in 04 only. यहाँ तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. What about the remaining digits on the left? So that is going to be 5 ka square plus this distance into 1, since there is no carry, so nothing has to be added. So this becomes 25 minus 2, which will result in 23, right? Okay, let's talk about 43 square. So base we will choose is 50. ये 50 से 7 कम है. So your final answer will have last 2 digits as that minus 7 का whole square, which will result in 49 only, right? And remaining digits क्या हो जाएगा? 50 में से 0 हटा दो, 5 का square plus this distance into 50 into 1 is 50, तो 50. 5 square plus minus 7 into 1 कर देंगे. So 25 minus 7, which is going to be 18. Okay. What if we have more values, as in higher values, something which is close to 100, let's say. So same logic, we will start with the base that we are going to choose. ठीक है, मैं इसको ऊपर लिखता हूँ. Base we will choose will be 100. So ये 100 से 2 आगे है. So the last 2 digits will be that distance का square, which will result in 04. And this will be base में से last वाला 0 हटा दो. So you'll be left with 10 ka square plus this distance. Now 100 is 50 into 2, right? So into 2. मतलब इस distance को 2 से multiply करके add करोगे. In other words, you're going to add that distance 2 times. So this is going to give us 04 and this will be 104, which will be 104. So 10404. What about 108 square? We will choose again the base as 100. So ये 100 से 8 आगे है. So the last 2 digits will be that 8 ka square, which will result in 04. The remaining digits will be 100 base में से last 0 हटा दो, so that will be 10 उसका square plus that distance that we have into 100 is 50 का double, so 8 का double, right? There is no carry forward. Sorry, this should be 64, not 04. So there is no carry, so we will be adding whatever we see right now. So 100 plus 16, so that will be 116. What about 98 ka square? 98 ka square, we will choose base as 100. ये 100 से 2 पीछे है, right? So my final answer will be minus 2 ka square, 04. Remaining digits will be 100 plus 2 into minus 2. In other words, 100 minus 4, which will result in 96. 91 square, again I will choose base as 100. ये 100 से 9 कम है. So minus 9 square is 81. 100 minus 9 minus 9. In other words, 100 minus 2 times 9. There is no carry forward, right? So 100 minus 18, which will give us 82. So 8281 becomes our answer, right? What if we move towards some more, higher values, more towards 200s, 300s, 400s, and so on. So 212 ka square mein, I will prefer the base as 200 because that's the closest I have. ये आपसे 12 आगे है. So last 2 digits will be 12 का square का 144 का 44. 1 is carry. Next calculation will be 200 में से 0 हटा दो. 20 का square, which is 400, plus this distance, which is 12, into 50 के कितने टेबल में आता है 200? 50 into what is 200? 4. So 400 plus 48 plus 1, which is 449. So 449, 44. Okay, 328 ka square, I'll prefer the base as 350. 300 से भी नजदीक है, but 350 से ज़्यादा नजदीक है ये. So this is going to give us minus 22, right? So last two digits will be minus 22 का square. Now, already told you 1 से 25 का square पे आपको याद करना. You have to be quick. So 22 square is 484. So 484 का 84 लिख दिया और 4. ये क्या होगा? Add ही होगा. Carry हमेशा add होता है. Now the remaining digits will be 350 में से 0 हटा दो. 35 का square which is 1225. How do I know this? Please look into the last video, last session that we had. We saw how to calculate squares of numbers that end in 5, right? Plus this distance which is minus 22 into how many times should we multiply? 350 50 into 7 hota hai, so this is going to be 7 times. So this turns out to be 1225 minus 22 into 7 plus 4. So 22 into 7 is going to give us 154 minus में, है ना? Minus 154 plus 4 is minus 150. So 1225 में से minus 150 करने का है. So this is going to give us 1075. So 107584 becomes our answer. Okay. 388. I will prefer the base as 400. 400 से कितना कम है? 12 कम है. So last two digits will be minus 12 का square which is 144. Carry will be 1. Remaining digits. Base में से 0 हटाओ last वाला 40 का square which is 1600. Plus this distance minus 12 into 400 के टेबल में, 50 के टेबल में 400 कब आता है? 50 into 8 is 400, right? So this is going to be 8. So we have minus 12 into 8 which is going to be minus 96 plus 1 which is minus 95. So 1600 minus 95 which will give us 1505. So 150544 becomes our answer. 494 का स्क्वायर करना है. I'll choose the base as 500. 500 से 6 कम है. So minus 6 का स्क्वायर 36. No carry. Remaining will be 50 का स्क्वायर which is 2500 plus this distance minus 6. 50 का कितना टाइम्स होता है 500? 10 times. So 2500 minus 60 which will be 2440. So 244036. Now, this approach may look like a little different or maybe a little more, few seconds more time consuming as some other methods, because the other methods for every type of base you will have to solve it differently. Here, it doesn't matter how large or how small the values are, right? And it doesn't matter it is around which base, कि 100 के लिए अलग लॉजिक लगा रहे, 500 के नजदीक वाले नंबर के लिए अलग लॉजिक लग रहा. ये कैसा किसी भी तरह का नंबर हो, सेम ही लॉजिक लगने वाला है, right? Okay, yeah. So this is how we square it. Now, how to calculate the vice versa? How do we calculate the square root of it? तो इसका अप्रोच प्रीवियस वाले से सिंपल है, ठीक है? पहला स्टेप क्या है? आप ये 89 देखो, ठीक है? Whatever, doesn't matter how small or how large the number given to you is, you just look at the last two digits or just the last digit. ये 9 देख के क्या लग रहा है? Can I say the number which ends in 3 or which ends in 7 उसी का स्क्वायर 4489 देगा? क्योंकि 3 का स्क्वायर 9 से एंड होता है, 7 स्क्वायर also ends in 9. So looking at the last digit 9, I can very much say that my answer will end in 3 or 7. ठीक है? ये आपका पहला स्टेप है. Second step is ignore the last two digits. ठीक है? Whatever is left, उसका square root निकालो. Now, square root of 44, I don't know the exact value. Well, it's good thing. We don't need the exact value. Square root of 44, can I say it is going to be 6 point something? क्योंकि देखो 6 का square 36 होता है. 7 square is 49. So, I'm pretty sure this is going to be 6 point something under root 44, right? So this will be either 63 or 67. अब आपको क्या करना है? 60 का स्क्वायर देखो 3600 होता है और 70 का स्क्वायर 4900 होता है. ये तो हमें पता है, right? Pretty simple calculation. Now 4489 is closer to which value? Is it closer to 3600 or is it closer to 4900? You will realize 4489 and 3600 में almost 800-900 का difference है, and 4489 and 4900 में 4500 का difference है. So can I say this is closer to 4900? That means the value which is closer to 70 will be the answer. So square root of 4489 will give us the answer as 67. Let's try the next one. Looking at 6, I'm pretty sure that the answer will end in either 4, right? 4 का square 6 से end होता है या फिर 6 का square 6 से end होता है. ठीक है? Now, remaining digit 73 का square root. Square root of 64 is 8. Square root of 81 is 9. So we are pretty sure that this is going to be 84 or 86. है ना? अब 84 या 86 में से कोई एक होगा. अब मैं इसी को, अच्छा ठीक है, मैं नेक्स्ट वाले में दूसरा मेथड बता दूंगा. अब आपको क्या करना है कि 80 का स्क्वायर विच इज 6400 पे ध्यान देना है एंड 90 का स्क्वायर विच इज 8100. सो 80s में काम कर रहे हैं ना अपन. सो 80 एंड 90 बिकॉज 84 एंड 86 दे बोथ लाई इन दैट टेंस 80s में. So this number, is it closer to 6400 or is it closer to 8100, right? So you will realize that the difference between 7396, which is almost 7400, there is a gap of 1000 और इधर में जो gap है वो आपका 800 के आसपास है. So can I say this number is farther away from 80 as compared to 90? So क्योंकि ये square root value is closer to 90, so my overall value should also be closer to 90. So 86 again becomes the answer. Okay? Now, if you find that, you know, this is a little bit calculative because you need to find out 2 more squares in tens, तो इसका एक another approach है. ठीक है? Once you know that 84 and 86 में से एक तो answer है, once that is known, you calculate 85 का square. 85 का square, if you remember, 8 into 9 is 72 and 5 का square is 25. 85 square is 7225. This is more than 7225. तो 86 becomes our answer. तो आपको बीच वाले नंबर को सॉल्व करना है. If I solve this previous question, the first one, using the same logic, this is where I will end up. 63 और 67 के बीच में 65 आता है. Calculate 65 का square, 6 into 7, 42, 5 का square, 25. This number is more than 4225, 4489. तो बड़ा वाला number. So this becomes your answer. So next one. Square root of 7921. Because of 1, we are pretty sure that the answer will end in 1 या फिर 10 minus 1, 9. देखो 3 plus 7 10, 4 plus 6 10, 1 plus 9 10, ये हमेशा ऐसा ही होगा. हमेशा दो आंसर्स मिलेंगे. It will be either you know, such that the sum is always 10. So done with that. Next is under root 79. So again it will be in 80s, right? So it's going to be either 81 or 89. So once that is done, अब हमारा अप्रोच है कि भाई आप 85 का स्क्वायर निकाल रहे हो, which we just calculated in the previous one as well. So looking at this, we know that 7921 is very far from 7225 और बड़ा है, right? So we are pretty sure कि बड़ा वाला आंसर होगा. अगर वो उससे छोटा है तो छोटा वाला आंसर होगा. Next one, looking at this 4 as the last digit, we are pretty sure that this will end in 2 or this will end in 10 minus 2, which is 8. So या तो ये 2 से end होगा या फिर ये 8 से end होगा. Next is 67 का square root. 67 का square root will be 64 का square root, which is 8 point something. So ये 82 होगा या 88 होगा, right? Then 85 का square बीच वाले नंबर का, you will again realize 7225. Since this is less than 7225, less मतलब less over answer. छोटा वाला नंबर आंसर हो जाएगा. Let's try few more questions. Square root of 2209. Looking at this 9, we know that the answer is going to end in a 3 or it's going to end in a 7. Now 2209 में से 22 का square root will be 4. So answer is 43 or 47. 45 का स्क्वायर होता है 2025. Since this is more than 2025, so 47 is our answer. Square root of 3969. Square root of 39 is 6. So answer will be in 60s. And last में 9 देख के तो 3 या 7 होगा. So answer will be either 63 or it will be 67. Now 65 का square is going to be 4225. Since this is less than 4225, 63 becomes our answer. Next, 68, 89. Square root of 68 will be 80s में 9 देख के या तो ये 3 होगा या 7 होगा. अब 85 का square is 7225. Since this is less than 7225, तो छोटा वाला आंसर होगा. Under root 2809. Square root of 28 is 55s, तो 50s में हो जाएगा. Looking at 9, we know it's 53 or 57. Next, 55 का square is going to be 3025. Since this is less than 3025, 2809, तो फिर छोटा वाला आंसर हो जाएगा. Right? The answer is going to be in two parts. Last digit देख के you decide the last digit of the answer. And last two digits ignore करके whatever you are left with, do the square root of it. Once you do it, you will get some integral value. Point वाला ignore करना है. Once you reach there, so you know कि इन दोनों में से एक आंसर है. Then you take बीच वाला number 65, 45, 35, 25, 105 and so on. उसके square से if you compare, then you realize कि it should be whether the larger or the smaller. So we are using more of common sense rather than more of squaring and finding the calculation part. ठीक है, चलो. What about cubing of numbers? Now in the last class I have already asked you, if you remember, that you should be good with cubing of numbers from 1 से लेके 15, right? So if you already know that, it's going to be easier, right? So ये तो आपको cubes of numbers 1 to 10 तो याद होने चाहिए. Now the next calculation of cubing is not that quick, okay? So the logic behind the steps will be, can I write 12 का cube as 10 plus 2 का whole cube, which is going to give me 10 cube plus 3 into 10 square into 2 plus 3 into 10 to the power 1 into 2 square plus 2 cube. This is how you expand a plus b का whole cube. Now what happens is, the first calculation will not result in the last two digits. The next is going to be 3 into 2, that's it. So that is going to give us 6. And because of 10 square, you will have 2 zeros. So the next calculation also doesn't help in the last two digits. Last two digits आता किधर से? वो इधर से आता है. So 2 square 4 into 1 into 3, that is 12. और एक 0 आएगा. And 2 cube is going to be 8. So if you add this, this is going to give you 1728. So that's exactly what 12 cube is. ठीक है? Now, how to, without expanding, how to do the same calculation over here? So please understand, there's no shortcut. This is the same calculation. We are going to do it in some other way. तो पहला क्या करना है आपको? First step is, केवल 2 लोगे, उसका क्यूब लिख दोगे. फाइनल आंसर 8. देयर इज नो कैरी. ठीक है, ओके. नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज, you will take this 3, this digit 2 and this digit 1 का square. Okay, so मैं इसको ऐसे लिख देता हूं. ये आपका 2 क्यूब से आया, थोड़ा और दूर रखते हैं. So the last digit is going to come from 2 cube, which is going to result in 8. The next calculation will be power into units place into tens place का square, right? Sorry, इसका square पहले. 3 into 2 square into 1. Not 2 into 2. उसका डबल नहीं करे, उसका स्क्वायर कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, ये ध्यान रखना. So this is going to result in 12, right? But 12 में से हम लोग केवल एक ही डिजिट रख सकते हैं. So 12 का केवल 2 रखेंगे and there will be a carry of 1. The next calculation is going to be 3 into 2 into 1 square, 3 into 2 into 1 square. Now this is going to result in a single digit number 6, and don't forget that 1 carry, so that will result in 7. And the next calculation is ये वाला जो digit है आपका 1 leftmost, उसका cube. So 1 का cube will result in a 1. So 1728 is what you will get. See, cubing, trying to cube a number is not something you will find very often in exams. The only place where I have found these questions are in arithmetic, especially when you are dealing with simple interest, compound interest wale questions, या फिर successive percentage change, when a certain percentage is happening thrice or 4 times. In those cases, we end up cubing values. Otherwise, na to algebra, na geometry, kahin use hota nahi hai such. Okay? So, don't spend a lot of time mastering it because it's not worth your time as of now. Suppose if I have to do 17 ka cube. So the pehla step is going to be 7 ka cube, which is going to be 343, remember? But of course, I can't write 343, all of that. So I'll be writing on only 343 ka last 3, and remaining 34 will be carry forward. Okay? Next is going to be power into 7 square into 1. Now 7 square is 49. 49 into 3 is 147. 147 plus 34 is going to be 181. Now 181 में से फिर से हम पूरा 181 नहीं लिख सकते. अब we have to write only the 181 का rightmost digit, units place. 181 का 1 लिख दिया, 18 still carried forward. The next calculation is going to be 3 into 1 square into 7. Now 7 into 3 is 21. 21 plus 18 is going to be 39. Right? So 39 ka again I can write only 9. 3 is further forwarded. Then we are left with 1. 1 ka cube. 1 ka cube is 1. Don't forget that carry 3. So this will result in 4. 4, 9, 1, 3. 28 ka cube. Let's try to write down the answer directly. Now 8 ka cube. You should be good with 8 ka cube. Right? ये 1 से 10 तक तो आपको पता ही होना चाहिए कि 8 का क्यूब भी अगर मल्टीप्लाई करके निकालना पड़ रहा है तो ये अप्रोच तो बिल्कुल हेल्पफुल नहीं है आपके लिए, राइट? सो 8 का स्क्वायर इज 64 एंड 8 का क्यूब इज गोइंग टू बी 512. 512 इज अ ह्यूज नंबर, राइट? सो 512 में से केवल आप 2 लिखोगे. 51 ऑफ 512 इज फॉरवर्डेड. नेक्स्ट इज 3 into 8 square into 2, right? So 8 square is 64. 64 into 2 is 128, and 128 into 3 is 384. 384 plus 51. So 384 plus 1 is 385. 385 plus 50 is going to give us 435. 435 में से again you can write only 5. 43 is still carried forward. Next will be 3 into 8 into 2 square. Now 2 square is 4. 4 into 8 is 32. 32 into 3 is 96. 96 plus 43 is 139. 139 का 9 will be writing. 13 still carried forward. 2 का क्यूब आप करोगे आप. 2 का क्यूब is 8. 8 plus 13 is 21. So 21,952. 33 का क्यूब. So everything is in 3, so it's going to be relatively easier. 3 का क्यूब is 27. 7 carried 2. 3 into 3 square into 3. So 3 into 3 into 3 into the 4 बार 3 multiply करना है, which will result in 81. 81 plus 2 is 83. Carry is 8. The next calculation will end up in same 3 into 3 into 3 square, which is 81. 81 plus 8 is 89, right? Another 8 carry. Next 3 cube is 27. 27 plus 8 is 35. So this will result in 35,937. Right? So everyone who is watching, please make sure that you give a like, right? All that we want is a like. And if you have any queries, you can write the queries in the chat or in the comment below. we will get back to you with the doubts, with your answers. Okay, how to do the vice versa? How to find out the perfect cube of a number? बहुत सिंपल है. Cubing से तो काफी ज़्यादा सिंपल है. So what you do is, you first of all look at the last 3 digits का last digit. Can you tell me what kind of digit का cube will end in 4? एक ही digit ऐसा होता है जिसका cube 4 से end होता है. 1 का cube नहीं, 2 का cube नहीं, 3, 4 का cube is going to end in 4. नहीं? 4 into 4 is 16. 16 into 4 is 64. So since last digit is 4, तो ये भी अपना 4 है. ये part हो गया. The second part is cube root of 13 निकालना है. ठीक है? Cube root of 13. So 1 का cube is 1, 2 का cube is 8, 3 का cube is 27. So can I say this lies between 2 and 3 का cube? देखो 2 का क्यूब होता है अपना 8 और 3 का क्यूब होता है 27. So can we say this 13 lies between 8 and 27? So can I say the answer will be in 20s क्योंकि 20 का क्यूब is 8000 and 30 का क्यूब is 27000. So my answer should lie in 20s. तो 20s में तो भाई 24 ही होगा. Okay, again next one. 304 because we have a 4 तो इधर को 4 लिखने का. Now you will be doing cube root of 39. 3 का cube is 27, 4 का cube is 64. बहुत दूर है. Answer should be in 30s. 34. 8 किस नंबर का क्यूब 8 से एंड होता है? So 2 का क्यूब 8 से एंड होता है. So 2 लिख दो आप. 74 का क्यूब रूट. Now 4 का क्यूब रूट is 64. 5 का क्यूब रूट is 125. So we are pretty sure the answer should be in 40s. So 42. Again, last 3 digits 571. 1 देख के आपने इधर 1 लिख दिया क्योंकि 1 का क्यूब ही 1 से एंड होगा. There is just like, not just, unlike in the case of squares, in the cubes you have a single particular digit whose cube will end in a digit. Squares में हमेशा pair में होता है. There are always 2 possibilities. In the case of cubes, you will have only 1. Next is do the cube root of 753. For that, इतना तो पता होना चाहिए, right? 3 का cube is 7 का cube is 343, 8 का cube is 512, 9 का cube is 729, 10 का cube is 1000. So ये 729 से ज्यादा है, आंसर 90s में होगा तो 91 लिखने का. Now the cube root and the square root that we saw, these are the values that we already knew are the perfect cubes and the perfect squares. Okay? Because these are the types of questions that will be given to us in the exam. What if the values are not perfect cubes or perfect squares? So this is the worst possible scenario. So for that, we have a particular formula known as Halley's formula to calculate the cube root of a number. Cube root of any number a is approximately given as x into x cube plus 2a divided by 2x cube plus a. So this is the fastest way you can reach to cube root of any number. Okay, you obviously not worth solving hota hai. You always do an approximation usme bhi. For example, if somebody asks me, let's say, what is cube root of 50? है ना? तो मैं बोलूंगा ना कि यार 3 का क्यूब is 27, 4 का क्यूब is 64, सो ये आंसर 3 point something होगा. मैं इससे ज्यादा क्या ही बता सकूंगा, है ना? क्योंकि 4 लिखूंगा तो क्यूब रूट ऑफ 64 is going to be 4, so 50 तो नहीं होगा. So this is how we do normally. But if you really want what are those two x and x, 2 digit tak at least, so we will need this. Okay, so again, please use this. You taking, only when you have enough time. Otherwise, you leave it as such. If approximation doesn't help, let it go. So x is the cube root of the nearest perfect cube less than a. Okay, example के तौर पे. Suppose if I want to find out what is cube root of 10. So that is approximately cube root of 10 कितना होगा? 2 point something. क्योंकि cube root of 8 is 2, so cube root of 10 should be 2 point something. So we will write that 2. So ये 2 कहां से आया? Cube root of 10 का जो integral part था. into, since you know the value of x, you can put x wherever it was. And what is a? A is 10. आपको ये solve करना पड़ेगा, which it is not going to be easy. But still, this is way faster than any other approach. देखो, आपको 1000 kilometers रन करना है और आपको 20 kilometers रन करना है. अभी मैं बोलूं उठ के जाओ, दोनों ही मुश्किल है. 10 kilometers running is difficult and 1000 kilometers running is also difficult. But इन दोनों में relatively easier is 10 kilometers. ठीक है, किसी तरह से मरते दौड़ते कुछ ना कुछ करके we will or we can run 10 kilometers. That is humanly possible. 1000 kilometers तो अभी नहीं दौड़ सकते, उसके लिए तो बहुत सालों की मेहनत चाहिए. Same thing. You have other approaches to find cube roots, but Halley's formula is the easiest of all. So if I want to find out what is cube root of 29, so पहले cube root of 29 is going to be how much? Pretty sure 3 point something, क्योंकि 27 का cube root तो 3 होता है. So I'll be doing that 3 over here. Since x is 3, so I'll be doing 3 cube plus 2, a is 29, so I'll be writing down 29. मैं ऊपर वाले फॉर्मूले में पुट कर रहा हूँ guys. ठीक है, अगर आपको समझ नहीं आ रहा कि मैं किधर से लेकर आया. So 2 will stay. And then we will have x. x अभी 3 निकला हमारा और a तो 29 था ही. Not going to be easy. So this is 3 into 3 cube is 27. 27 plus 2 into 29, which is 58. 58 plus 27 is going to be 85. Next, 27 into 2 is 54. 54 plus 29. 54 plus 20 is 74. 74 plus 9 is 83. Now, 85 by 83. Now, we are pretty sure that 85 by 83 is going to be 1 point something. So, if this question is from CAT, one of the options, या फिर आपको थीटा में solve करना है, तो आप 85 by 83 तो कर सकते हो, है ना? So 85 by 83 अगर आप कैलकुलेटर यूज कर लो तो दिस इज गोइंग टू गिव यू 1.024. इतना काफी है, राइट? बिकॉज वी डोंट वांट टू गो अहेड एंड सॉल्व द एंटायर. एग्जैक्ट हमें तो चाहिए नहीं, हमें अप्रॉक्सीमेट ही चाहिए. सो 3 into 1024 will result in 3072. So this is going to be 3.072. This is the closest we can reach up to cube root of 29. Fine. So I hope you guys were able to understand. Okay, cubes and cube roots are not very important. Squares and square roots are very, very important. So make sure that you practice them enough. Everything else that you see कि ये approach, ये shortcut, वो short, ये नहीं करता help exam में. आते ही नहीं इस तरह के calculations. हाँ, for the benefit of boasting or maybe to feel a bit more confident, you can go ahead and do all of the calculations कि 7 के टेबल में जल्दी मल्टीप्लाई कैसे करें, how to multiply a number by 11 quick, how to multiply a number by 9 quick. Not really worth, because those calculations anyways do not take us more than 30 seconds. Even if you use the the primitive approach, बचपन से जो करता है वही कर लो. But some calculations take a lot of time, so we need smart maths for that. So thank you everyone for joining. If you want to be one of our CAT 2023 toppers next time, you can join our classroom program. So in this classroom program, just like Vinayak, Sarojit, Smarth, Vidhi or Puval and many more students, you can also score more than 99 percentile. So for that, we have brought you a CAT 2023 comprehensive program in which we have all these offerings for you. You're provided with a tablet with more than 300 very engaging videos. We provide you with live classroom sessions where we start from the scratch. We solve a lot of questions. We do the concepts. We also provide you with more than 75 CAT as well as OMET mock tests. More than 10,000 practice questions are given to you. You will be given books and your doubts are handled. Okay, all the assistance are provided to you. Previous 5-year questions, question papers are provided to you for CAT and ZAT. Specifically, IFT, SNAP, जो भी exams हमारा available होता है, वो सारे हम प्रोवाइड करते हैं. You get more than 300 recorded lectures related to concepts, problem solving, analysis, mock analysis, right? And we also provide you with more than 15 power packed GDPI and VAT session. The mocks that we provide you with, those have video solutions. So, in the video, we tell you what to think, how to proceed, how to approach. So it's not text-based solution. Okay. For that, you can also avail up to 90% scholarship. So the date for the scholarship exam is 15th of April and the timing is 7 p.m. So everyone, please make sure that you register for this, write the scholarship test and avail up to 90% scholarship. In case, even if you don't want the scholarship, you can write the test just to check, what is the generic difficulty level of CAT exams. And definitely, please do make sure that you download our app and attempt our section-wise quiz on the app. It will help you gain confidence on the concepts and also problem solving. So these quizzes, these questions are given every day and there is a leaderboard. You can see how well you are performing as compared to other people. So for that, you will have to download the app. The link to that is given in the description and in the chat. Also, every day from 6th of April, please join us live on YouTube for 500 most expected CAT questions. Okay. So make sure that you click on that subscribe button right away. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Make sure that you subscribe our channel, you follow us on Instagram, you like our Facebook page so that you get updates on the exams, the colleges, everything that we roll out for you guys, when the mocks are going to happen, when a particular exam result is out, everything. You can also join our Telegram channel, which is BYJU'S Exam Prep for MBA, and you can download our app for free and enjoy hundreds and hundreds of hours of lectures. Thank you.